Hi all, my name is Nikhil. Today we are going to see how we can download and configure the Apache log4j in our testing framework. So for that, let me just go to Google log4j. Then I have to click on the very first link, that is logging.apache.org, which is a official website for log4j. So under this, you can see there is a download option. Under download option, you will see multiple uh, options available: binary files, source files, and tar type files and zip type files. So we are more interested into the binary files and zip files. So we have to download this one, and I'm clicking on this one. Let it download. Okay, so file is downloaded. Now I want to extract this. Okay, I've extracted the files, and here you will see all the binary files are downloaded. Okay, so out of all these files, we are more interested into these two files. Okay, because you can see, to use log4j2 in your application, make sure both the API and core jars are in the application's class path. Okay, and this is the class path. There are multiple ways through which we can achieve the uh, logging of log4j, but out of which there is one uh, path, which is class path way. So I have to search for these two files in downloaded files. So this is one and this is two. So I have to add these two files in my class path. So let's go to the class path of this particular project. So on project, right click, then there is a build path option. Click on configure build path, then go to the libraries. There is a class path option and add external jars. Here you can search for your folder where you have placed it and go to that particular downloaded files. Click on Apache API and core one. So we need both the files. So click on open, apply and close. So here you can see one more, two files getting added under this reference libraries. One is the API, other one is core. Now, if you remember from last lecture, we have added this system.out.println statements to understand what is going on in our program. That is, what is the value of A, what is the value of B, and what is the addition value during execution. Okay, so but these statements, println statements, are going to print everything on the console. But if we can talk about the log4j, the log4j is going to give you more privilege to print or to show the logs under multiple areas, such as, let me just go to it, its architecture. Appendix. Okay, so these are the ways using which you can log your logs. Let's say on console you can show up your logs. On under files you can save your logs. Remote socket servers, Apache Flame, JMS. There are multiple ways using which you can show up your logs or store your logs. Okay, so we as a testers, we are more interested in these two areas. That is, one is console, another one is files. So we are going to see this in upcoming sessions. So we are going to show up logs on console. That is here only. Let me just go there on this console only. And the other one, sorry. So the other one is files. So we are going to store whatever the logs which we are getting from our application. We are going to store those inside one of the file. So these are the two major which we are going to cover. Okay, after this, uh, we can go ahead with the application. So instead of these two lines, I'm going to comment it as we have already configured our uh, these two files, log4j files. So now we can create a logger for this class and we can log our logs. So for that, I have to write logger. Then name of the logger, you can give any name, log, logger, any name you can give. Then you have to write logging manager, or I guess log manager. Let me see. Yeah, log manager. So you will see multiple options for import. So this is the one which we need to use, that is org.apache.logging.log4j. Okay, so I'm clicking on this. Then I have to call one of the method, that is get logger. Okay, and in this particular method I have to pass the name of my class for which I'm going to create a logger. Okay, then there is error in logger. Okay, so you don't have to use this util. Okay, you have to use this one, Apache logging log4j. Okay, I'm imported. Now when you use this logger, using this logger you can log anything. So for that, let me just write info. Okay, so these are the levels of loggers. Okay, you can give the any statement. Let's say this is info log. Okay. Then there is one more level, error. And there is third one, debug. Okay, so there are various levels of the logs that we can cover in later sessions, but as of now I can show you those levels. So it is architecture, it is under level. Okay, yeah, those are the levels. Yes, so these are the levels. Okay, these are the levels of logs. We will discussing this in later sessions, but as of now you can understand these are the levels. Okay, and now if I run this particular program, I'm seeing, see, I'm seeing this is error log. So this is done by the log4j logger. Okay. So you can see this is the timestamp on which this is getting logged. This is the level of log, that is the error. This is the package name, that is demo, and this is the class name, this one test, for which we have written the logs. And this is the error message or the log message which we have provided here. So whatever the message we are going to provide here, that will reflect here. Okay. And this statement is just because we have written a print ln statement. So this is coming from there. Okay. So as I said, this is what the console log from log4j. So, and there is one more type I said, the files that we will be covering in upcoming sessions. But if you can look at this particular statement, we have written three statements, that is three logging statements, but we are getting only one statement on console. Why these two statements are not getting logged? Debug one and info one. Why only error one is getting logged? Okay, so for that we have to go here and see all station. Okay, here it is. Okay, so what it is saying, note that by default log4j assigns the root logger to level error. So it's just going to show a error log. That is why here we are seeing only error logs, not rest, because the level of other logs is something different than this. If you can see, the error log level appears here. So whatever the levels which are above this particular level are getting displayed, if at all we have provided. Okay, so those levels will be displayed on your console. So above the error there is only fatal and off, and whatever we have written is debug and info, which are coming below error. So that is why these two logging messages are not getting displayed on console, but error is only one log which is getting displayed. So if at all I write one more, that is for the fatal, then error and fatal will be displayed. As by default, the as we have seen earlier, the by default uh, error level is sorry, the log level is error. So let me just try to write one more statement. Is fatal. Now if I run this, See, the fatal one is getting logged. So error and fatal both are getting logged. Okay. So this is how it is going to work. By default, error is the logging level for log4j, but we can configure these levels uh, for us, so we can see the if we see those levels in later stages or in later videos. So I guess this is the only thing. Yeah, see you in next video. Thank you.